Hey makers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Little Dom Mom, and today we're going to be making a hooded scarf using the crocodile stitch. Now, the crocodile stitch is known as dragon tears, dragon scales, mermaid scales. Different people use different names for it, and there's a lot you can do with it. There's also different types of patterns for the crocodile stitch, so make sure to check out my channel so you can see how I do my version of the crocodile stitch before we begin. Okay, so before we get started, we're going to need a few things. First thing we're going to need is yarn. I'm using Lion Brand yarn.
Ooh.
It's a lightweight yarn. You can use whatever yarn you want. You don't have to use the same one as me. We'll also need a crochet hook. Now for the weight of yarn, it did suggest using a 5mm, but once I did my swatch check, I needed a size down, so I'm using a 4.5mm. Optional for this video is yarn needles. You don't need them, but they do make it a lot easier for the video. Okay, for this video, we are going to be making two parts. We're going to be crocheting a hood and a scarf. We're going to need to take some measurements for this, so I'm going to show you how to take these measurements. You can go off mine or you can use your own at home. Okay, for the first measurement, we're going to need to measure shoulder over your head and to the other shoulder. So, nope, put your arms down. Just like this. And I'm measuring over. And the her measurement is 20 inches from shoulder to shoulder. Now the next measurement we're going to need is for where we want the hood to hit in the front to the back part of our head where the point hits. So you're just going to measure from one to about right there to back here. And I measure her at about 9 inches. So take your measurements, write them down at home. Next measurement we're going to be taking is for our scarf. For our scarf measurement, we're going to be measuring fingertip to fingertip. Dana, can you go to make a T for me? Good job. So we're just going to measure from one side, one finger, all the way across the chest to the next finger, right over here. Good.
Mine is I'm super tall.
So for her measurement, I got 40 inches, and that's what I'm going to be crocheting to for her scarf. Good job. Thanks. Awesome. All right, we're all set. Now we can get started with crocheting. Okay, so to begin crocheting our hood, we are going to go ahead and chain in multiples of 6. Now, my measurement that I took for my hood was I'm going to crochet my hood to be 20 inches by 9 inches. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some ease to that, so the hood that I am going to be crocheting will be 22 inches by 11 inches. So make sure to look at what your measurements are. The size that I'm measuring for is for a 4-year-old. And like I said before, I want to add ease because I want my daughter to be able to wear it and wear it longer because she is growing. So I will be chaining to 22 inches. Okay, so once you're done with your crocodile stitches, make sure to meet me back here and I will show you the next step. Okay, once you have crocheted the size that you desire for your hood, this is what mine looks like. We're going to go ahead and half double crochet down the front of this. Okay, so we're gonna half double crochet down the front. So I'm gonna chain 2 and turn my work around. It's nice and thick. And we're gonna half double crochet into every stitch on the top. So just continue this until you get to the end. Once you're done with your rows of half double crochet, just fasten it off and we're going to put it aside. Okay, to begin to crochet our scarf, we are going to chain to the measurement that we took earlier. I'm chaining to 40 inches. Now this is for my daughter, so if you want to make this for yourself, of course, use your measurements, take the measurements, and chain to your desired length. A little trick, since we're going to be making a infinity scarf and we're going to be crocheting in the round, what I do is I chain a few and I take my hook off and I'm going to stick it into that first stitch that I did at the beginning, just like that, and put my hook back in and I'm going to just continue to chain. And this way, when I decide to, when I get to my length, when I'm going to do my little slip stitch and join it together, my chain is not going to be twisted. Okay, I finished chaining to 40 inches. So now I'm just going to slip stitch, slip that in there and join it, join my circle. And look, I don't have to worry about my circle being twisted. Easy. So for this, I am doing a half double crochet. I'm going to chain 2 and I'm going to half double crochet all the way around, and I'm just going to continue to do this until I get to the thickness that I want. My goal is, I'm aiming for 5 inches thick. Okay, next step is we're going to fold our hood in half, just like this. Now, this is the front and the scales go towards the back. So the back part is right here, and we're going to stitch this back part closed and we're going to leave this part open. All right, I'm all done with my scarf. Now it's time to attach it to the hood. So here's my hood. I stitched up the back, so that's what that looks like. Now what we're going to do is we are going to stitch up the hood, the bottom of the hood and the scarf together like this. So we're just going to stitch all the way around to attach it. When you're all done attaching the hood to the scarf, you're all done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Makers keep making!